History is written by the winners. But what if I told you that one entire war was deliberately erased from history books? A war so dangerous that powerful nations agreed it should never be remembered. And today, you're about to hear the story they never wanted you to know. The year was 1939. The world was already standing on the edge of collapse. Europe was tense. Borders were fragile. And alliances were built on fear rather than trust. Official history tells us that World War II began when Nazi Germany invaded Poland. But that is only part of the truth. Just weeks before the invasion, Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union signed a deal known as the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. On paper, it was a non-aggression treaty, a promise of peace between two enemies. But hidden inside the agreement was a secret protocol, a document so explosive it divided Eastern Europe into spheres of control. Countries were marked on a map like pieces on a chessboard. Poland, the Baltic states, Finland. Their fate was decided without their knowledge and without their consent. On September 1st, 1939, Germany invaded Poland from the west. The world reacted in shock. Headlines were printed. Declarations were made. But 16 days later, something far more disturbing happened. The Soviet Union invaded Poland from the east. Two massive armies crushing one nation from both sides. Yet somehow, this invasion was quietly erased from history. There were no major headlines, no global outrage, no accountability. A war had begun and then vanished. Hundreds of thousands of Polish soldiers were captured. Many civilians disappeared overnight. Families were torn apart. Cities were wiped from maps. And then came Katyn Forest. Thousands of Polish officers were executed in secret. For decades, the truth was denied. Blame was shifted. Evidence was buried. Anyone who spoke out was labeled an enemy. After the war ended, the Soviet Union emerged as one of the victors. And history is rarely cruel to those who win. The erased war stayed erased. Textbooks remained silent. Governments avoided the subject. Only in the 1990s did official documents finally confirm what survivors had known all along. The truth had been hidden, on purpose. So why was this war erased? Because acknowledging it would have shattered post-war alliances. It would have forced the world to confront uncomfortable realities. And sometimes, silence is more convenient than justice. History doesn't just forget things by accident. Sometimes, it chooses to forget. This is why history is never just about the past. It's about who controls the story and how much they want you to forget. If you want more stories that history tried to erase, subscribe to History They Never Told You. Because the truth was never meant to stay hidden.